The baobab tree is one of the most unique in Africa, Australia, and Madagascar. The massive trunks and spreading branches of baobab trees make them stand out from other trees. Some trees have been known to be over 1,000 years old, and some have even claimed to be over 2,000 years old. It is possible for it to live for a very long time. The baobab tree is the source of many local medicines, traditions, and stories since it has over 300 different uses that are life-sustaining. These uses include the bark and the fruit of the tree. The baobab tree holds a unique and significant role in the spirituality and culture of the people who live in Africa. As a result of its capacity to endure extremely hard conditions, it is frequently regarded as a sign of life and power. Some groups even believe the baobab tree to be a sacred tree, a place where the spirits of ancestors congregate, or a place where traditional rites and community gatherings take place. Because of all the advantages it offers, the baobab tree has been given the nickname, the Tree of Life. The bottle-shaped baobab, commonly referred to as the bottle tree, is a tree that is well known for its large trunk, which frequently contains a cavity. This trunk has the capacity to store up to 120,000 liters of water, which enables the tree to endure periods of drought. Sometimes, in order to gain access to these water reserves, local people may bore small holes in the trunk. Additionally, in certain regions of Africa, the hollow trunk is sometimes used by local people as a house or shelter. The space inside the hollow trunk of a baobab tree can be large enough to be utilized as living space due to the fact that baobab trees have the potential to grow to reach extremely enormous sizes and have trunks that can reach fairly significant diameters. Because of its enormous size, the trunk of one of the ancient hollow baobab trees in Zimbabwe was huge enough to provide shelter for 40 people. There is the potential for the space inside the trunk to offer protection from the hot weather. For protection against hot weather, its thick walls provide enough insulation. As a result of this form of use, the natural orientation of the tree is utilized, and there is no requirement to cut or damage it. Due to the relatively cold and dry conditions inside the trunk, the space inside the trunk is utilized for a variety of purposes in addition to being used as a dwelling. For example, it can be used as a warehouse for keeping food, and it can also be used to store water. This is accomplished by leveraging the natural characteristics of trees to retain water. There are instances in which the spaces within the trees are also utilized as sites for social gatherings or as locations for religious activities. In addition, there are instances in which the spaces within the trees have been converted into small shops or stalls. When the spreading branches of the baobab tree are bare, they appear to be roots extending up into the air, as if they were planted upside down. The baobab is a genus of 9 species that belong to the family Malvaceae. 6 of these species are native to Madagascar, 2 to mainland Africa and the Arabian Peninsula, and 1 to Africa. This tree is so difficult to destroy that even if it is burned in such a way that the bark peels off, the tree will continue to grow and develop new bark long after the original bark has been removed. One of the most peculiar characteristics of the baobab tree is that when it dies, it rots from the inside out and then suddenly collapses, leaving behind a pile of fibers. Because of this, a lot of people have the misconception that baobab trees never actually die, but rather completely vanish into thin air. The baobab tree is an extremely significant component of the ecosystem because it serves as a habitat for a wide range of plant and animal species, including bats, birds, and insects. Furthermore, fresh baobab leaves are a vegetable that can be consumed, similar to spinach. Baobab leaves are also used as a medicinal remedy to cure a variety of conditions, including kidney and bladder illnesses, asthma, insect stings, and other maladies. On the other side, baobab trees are characterized for their huge, white blossoms that bloom during the night. There is a delightful beverage that can be made by smoking baobab fruits that are up to a foot long. These fruits contain tartaric acid and vitamin C, and they can be soaked in water or smoked. In addition, they can be roasted and ground to produce a beverage that is similar to coffee. The fruits of the baobab tree, in addition to containing vitamin C, also include antioxidants, potassium, calcium, and fiber. The powder that is made from the dried pulp of the fruit is frequently used to enhance the nutritional value of beverages or foods. The locals make use of every part of the tree, including the leaves and seeds, not only as a source of food, drink, and medicine, but also as raw materials for the production of mats, paper, baskets, and rope. As was noted earlier, in addition to the numerous advantages it offers, the baobab tree is also closely tied with the cultural mythology of the area. What is perhaps the most well-known of these tales is the one about the tree that devours young women. A tree in Zambia's Kafue National Park is known as the Kondenamwali, which literally translates to girl-eating tree. It is one of the largest baobab trees in the park. There is a legend that this big tree fell in love with 4 lovely young women who lived beneath it and sought refuge there. As soon as they reached adulthood, the girls decided to look for spouses, which caused the tree to feel envious. On a certain evening, when a violent thunderstorm was raging, the tree opened its trunk and admitted the girls within. According to the legend, the tree has constructed a dwelling for itself among its branches. It is said that the cries of the girls who were imprisoned may be heard on stormy nights, according to the local beliefs, so that those who hear the pieces to which can shudder and shake. Even though they have a wide range of advantages and are able to endure exceptionally hard environmental circumstances, certain species of baobab trees are in danger of extinction as a result of climate change, deforestation, and the increased pressure that comes from the expansion of the human population. When it comes to conservation, the baobab tree is of utmost significance. The purpose of this is not only to safeguard the tree species themselves, but also to preserve the equilibrium of the ecosystems in which they are found, and to be of assistance to the populations that are dependent on them for their means of subsistence.